Hello, fellow Toastmasters. This is Lisa Raymond, and what I wanted to show you today was how we can basically get started with our base camp. Some of the basic questions I've been asked in our home club, We Serve Speakers. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Now, I haven't logged into my base camp yet, and as we've said previously, I use a password manager. I don't recommend everyone go and get one, but it does help me so I don't have to keep remembering everything on my own. For those who would like to know, again, I use LastPass. That is not a plug. I don't get affiliate payment or anything for that. It's just what I use because I can get it on multiple devices, which I do have to pay for. All right, so now that I'm here, I'm going to hover over my name until I see profile and log out. We're going to go to profile. And then from here, we're going to click on base camp. If you're in more than one club, which most of our members aren't, but if you are, make sure you've got the right club selected, then just click go, which is the box above your picture for your profile. Now, if you've already chosen your path, most people have. In my case, I'm working on a new computer, haven't disabled my ad blocker or my pop-up blocker. If you need to do that, go to your browser settings and disable the pop-up blocker. It doesn't really hurt to keep it in, but in some cases, depending upon your browser, you may not see the module pop up the way it's supposed to because it needs to be able to pop up. So if you have trouble with it, go ahead and disable your pop-up blocker in your browser or try a different browser. And when you get here to your base camp, this is your dashboard. You can see that they usually start you off with things like, let's go visit the base camp homepage, which we're going to do here. Feedback that you get and give from and to the members of your club. Badges that you've earned because you can give badges as part of your feedback. Documents that you have that you've uploaded, like our evaluations for our speeches. Here are the speech evaluations here, but these are forms that we can download in order to give someone a speech evaluation. Our paths in learning, this is our education. This is where we find our 1 or 2 paths that we're working in. And there are tutorials that we can also take advantage of to help us figure out what is going on with base camp. What is this thing called Navigator? How do club officers interact with members and so forth? Now, there are other paths that are available to you that are not part of the actual 11 path system, but they're helpful in case you do want to pursue some more information about them and get them done. For example, effective coaching, motivational strategies, and visionary communications are all part of the 11 paths that are available. They have a supplemental one for club coaching. So once you've had more experience in Toastmasters, you can take that module. And then as you pass that module, you may be assigned by District 3 to help a club who's really struggling and could really use an experienced Toastmasters help to get back on track. Another one they have is for mentoring. This will allow you, once you take it, to be assigned for a 6-month assignment to a brand new member of your club and help them get started in pathways, giving speeches and whatnot. It's a great example of how to demonstrate the leadership and the knowledge that you've learned. So I would keep those in mind if you can. Now, let's go ahead and open the paths and transcript. And yes, keep in mind, please, I've gone through quite a bit of it. So don't let this intimidate you. I'm not a normal person. I'm going to pick on my effective coaching. Now, I'm going to pick on motivational strategies. Effective coaching, I don't think I've gotten very far in. Now, let's just take a look anyway. And I haven't. Okay, so here we have a brand new module that I have not started yet. Don't tell anybody. But what we've got here is levels 1 through 5 and a path completion. Now keep in mind, each level you complete will have a level completion as well. And really all that is clicking on it, saying that you've completed it, and that's really it. In the path completion at the bottom, you may be asked to go through a series of questions for understanding and just to make sure you've done it. It's more like a survey, but in order to complete the path, you have to put that in. So once you get done with everything from levels 1 through 5, you will be required to do this, or you cannot have the path marked completed. Now, this indicator here shows how far you've gotten through this level, in this case, level 1. I have 5 projects required of me in level 1 rather. You may have 4, you may have 5. I think one of the paths or projects rather that's available in level 1 is an evaluation. So you'll be asked to give an evaluation of someone's speech, and then what you'll be then giving or being given to you rather is an evaluation of your evaluation. That's the project that you would have to complete. Otherwise, they're all speaking projects, whatnot. Each one has them. They'll tell you here how many are completed, what's required, and the total of items here. Over here, you'll see little bubbles that as you complete, you'll get a checkbox. You'll probably see a level here that says you've got this much completed, which is the same that you should see here. It's just a different representation. This overall bubble here is your curriculum progress. So in effective coaching, it'll tell me how far through the entire path I am, not just the levels. Let's go back out just a minute. I'll show you from a different one that's actually in progress. That might make a little more sense. Let's go into my motivational strategies, which I can either click on the name or open the curriculum. Goes to the same place. Now here I've already gone through part of it, and you can see I've got bubbles clicked off for 1, 2, and 3. So I've completed those 3 levels. I've not done a path completion because I'm not there yet. I'm looking through level 5 to see what do I want to take for my elective projects, which I only need to have 1. What do I want to do? How do I want to get this done? I can go back up to level 3, even though it says it's completed. I can look back through and see, okay, what did I complete? It'll tell me what my elective project was. And there were 3 things that I had to complete in level 3. So it tells me it's 100% complete. I've got my check mark here. One was understanding emotional intelligence, how that works. Can I demonstrate that I know and understand this effectively? The second one was an elective that I took part in, of what I did and how I presented that path and that speech for that part of my path. The third one, again, is the level completion. That's why they say there's 3. So ideally in level 1, you have 5, but one of them is the level completion. So they may change this as Pathways develops and progresses through our Toastmasters system. But for now, 4 speeches plus the level completion then should end your level 1. That makes sense? Okay. Now for this also, I am 56% completed in motivational strategies. So that means I've got 44% to go before I finish it. Boy, if I'm wrong on the math, let me know, please. And here I can see I'm 34% completed in level 4. I have done this part, which is the main speech, motivate others. I have not done my elective yet. I think I'm still trying to pick out which elective I want to take. And given I've done several of them, I think I started with public relations strategies and I decided I've already done that. I've done writing a compelling blog. I started to create a podcast in a different path. So there's things that you can take on and make that your own. It'll walk you through how to set it up. So since I've already launched this, let's go ahead and launch this one again, and it should allow my pop-up blocker to behave. And if it doesn't load, click here. Maybe it doesn't like my pop-up blocker. I don't know. Note to self, I need to disable my pop-up blocker like I advised all of you to do. All right, it's trying to load. And once it's finished loading, it'll be an actual module that you can work through. Now, depending upon how far I've gotten with this, it may be at the end screen. We'll find out. It is after the end screen. So how I know that is it says I'm assessing my skills after. When you start a level, usually you start at the very beginning with an introduction. Obviously, I've skipped through some of this. You start with your introduction. What is involved with your assignment? What are the components that you're trying to accomplish? What you're trying to get done? You assess your skills before, and that's how I know I've gone through most of this already, which is probably the elective I'm going to launch for level 4. I'm down here with assess your skills after. That means I've given the presentation. I've had it evaluated by a Toastmaster. It doesn't have to be given in our club, by the way, guys. You can give a presentation outside of Toastmasters as long as a Toastmaster is aware of it and you've asked them to go ahead and help you evaluate it so you can complete it for your path. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. That's how I knew I'd gone through at least the training aspect of it. I probably have given the speech. I'll go back and look through my notes. If not, I'll go ahead and schedule myself to give it. And then I'll end up here where I go through the assessment, click when it's done, and that completes this section of the path. Okay. It does open in a new tab or a new window, so you can go back and close that one if you're not done, or if you get to this point and you're ready to go somewhere else. But that's how this part works. I hope this was helpful. I know it's a big thing to get your head around. It was hard for us to learn a few years ago as it rolled out new. So we understand where you're coming from. If you have any questions, please let me know. My email will be at the end of this, along with my phone number. You can get a hold of me in WeSERVSpeakers. I'm more than happy to step in and help you figure out how this beast works. It's not hard. It's just something that we're different than what we've been used to doing before. But I know we can do this. Back before, when the legacy program was here, people didn't think they could adapt to that, and they did for over a decade. I know we can do this. And the nice part I like about it, you can get it on any device, your computer. I've got another laptop. I've got a tablet. Literally, you can take this everywhere. But if you don't like that and really want the paper, you could put your flash drive in, download the paper, take it to a printer and print it, or print it at home if you have a printer with paper. That's perfectly fine to do. There's no right or wrong way to work through it. We just want to encourage you to work through it and help you reach your goals. That's really what we're here to do. Again, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, please give me a holler through WeServSpeakers. Thanks for watching.